onye dị mma na onye dị njọ. Asị na anya na-afụ obi, asị na anya na-afụ ime obi.
Once upon a time, there lived a kingdom called Ntutu. The people of Ntutu lived a very prosperous life because of their king. The king, King Udo, was a wise and kind man. However, he was old and could not rule. His son Ebube, the crown prince, was already trained and set to take over his father. And so, as the gods will have it, King Udo joined his ancestors. He was greatly mourned, and there was great sorrow in the land. The people mourned for 7 days, wearing sackcloth, and did not eat until dusk. As part of the burial arrangements, the heads of 7 virgins were to be buried with the king. This had been the practice for many years. The 7 virgins were used as sacrifice to cleanse the king's path to his ancestors. Now, it was through the powers of Okrikri that the Ezemo selected 7 families that would produce the 7 virgins. Usually, families dreaded this ritual, as it means that their daughter will be dead. Because being a virgin until married was a very serious requirement in the Ntutu land, you can find young girls and young maidens of marriageable age as virgins. Anyone can be picked. After consulting with the gods, the Ezemo listed out 7 virgins that would be buried with the king, one of which was Ngozi. Ngozi was a maiden ripe for marriage. Her father had been looking for a suitable suitor for her, but now with this news, the family was devastated. Ngozi on her part was confused. How can this be possible? Her dream was to marry Nonso, her love, and leave the Ntutu village. A lot of evil practices were still going on in her village. While in Nonso's village, they did not practice evil sacrifices and they did not make human sacrifices to bury their king. Ngozi did not want to take part in the sacrifice. She told her parents. This made them scared. Any family that refused to take part would be all banished. Ngozi insisted that she wouldn't take part in it. Nonso was the man she was going to marry. Once the Ezemo and the cabinet heard of this, they were enraged. No one defied Okrikri. He was the god of thunder. He sent lightning to kill all those that went against him. So, before Ngozi could escape, one night under the king's orders, all the 7 girls were forcefully taken from their homes and sent to the Ezemo shrine for sacrifice. Once before the Ezemo, the royal guards and the cabinet heads, the Ezemo used the sacred cutlass of Okrikri to behead the girls, but something strange happened. None of the girls died. It was as if the cutlass was as blunt as a stick. What's happening? They don't know who asked in amazement. Has Okrikri rejected the sacrifice? No, it cannot be, the Ezemo said. He tried again, but nothing. All the girls were still alive. One of the royal guards then said, something is wrong here. By this time, the families of the girls had come to the shrine in search of their daughters. Along with them came other village members. They saw what happened and they started murmuring, what's happening here? Have the gods rejected our sacrifice? Or is the Ezemo now powerless? On hearing this, the Ezemo became so enraged and angry. He took another knife and tried to stab Ngozi with it, but it did not hurt her. Instead, Ngozi fought him off. Ngozi stood up and shouted, stop it, you evil man. Everyone was surprised. Ngozi then revealed that the Ezemo had tried to attack her and take her virginity, but she rejected him on many occasions. At first, he had tried to woo her, but she rejected his offer. The last time he tried to attack her, he swore that if he couldn't have her, then no one will have her, and he will kill her. That's why I was shocked when I heard that I was chosen for the sacrifice, Ngozi said. I knew that it was not from the gods, but from this evil man, she said. Everyone was shocked. This was a very serious allegation. The virginity of a girl was very important. That is why when girls were attacked, they would never say anything. Otherwise, they would never get married and they would be branded as loose women. Now, for Ngozi to bring up this type of allegation was serious. If she lied, then she would be banished and branded as a loose woman. The Ezemo raised his hand to slap her, but from nowhere Nonso, her love, appeared and protected her. He had heard that Ngozi and the other girls had been taken, so he came to see for himself. By this time, the king of Ntutu, Ebube, had come to the shrine. He told Ngozi that if she could not prove what she said as true, she would be punished by death. Nonso was now scared. He had to think fast. He turned to the king and told him that his people, the Agu people, did in fact worship Okirikiri. However, the practice of human sacrifice had ended a long time ago. Everyone was surprised to hear this. The Ezemo shouted, "Shut up, you silly boy, you lie." "It's true," Nonso said. "He can go and get the chief priest of his land, and he will come and show them that Okirikiri no longer required human sacrifice." Surprisingly, the new king heard him out. He said Ngozi and the girls will stay in prison while Nonso goes and gets his chief priest. And so Ngozi had to stay in the prison. While in the prison, the Ntutu Ezemo tried all he could to kill her, but nothing happened. Nonso went to his village and told his king all that had happened, begging for his help. Being a compassionate king, the Agu king allowed the chief priest to go with Nonso. Once back in Ntutu, the Agu chief priest immediately noticed that something was wrong. He went before the Ntutu king, Ebube. Once before the king and his cabinet members, they sent for the Ezemo, the Ntutu Ezemo. He was summoned, but he refused to come. He was in his shrine using powerful magic to kill the Agu chief priest. Using the powers of Okirikiri, the chief priest used a magic mirror to summon the Ntutu Ezemo. Through the mirror, the people could see the Ezemo calling out to another evil god to come to his aid and kill the Agu chief priest. Everyone was amazed. They all knew that that was an evil god. But the Agu chief priest raised his staff and called on Okirikiri to strike the evil Ezemo, and then lightning struck him in his shrine. He fell and died. The people were amazed. The Agu chief priest put the mirror back and said that the Ntutu Ezemo had been attacking virgins and killing them as sacrifice for some time now. All the sacrifices that had been made had actually been rejected by Okirikiri. Okirikiri had left the Ntutu land. The chief priest advised them to stop human sacrifices of virgins and instead use plain white goats for their sacrifice. This Okirikiri will accept. And with that, the girls were released and Nonso and Ngozi were allowed to marry. Thank you so much for listening to another episode. If you liked it, please subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Thank you to those who have supported. Until next time, goodbye.